Hey Lovies, welcome to my channel, Craft Away with May. I'm May. Welcome to my old and new subbies. I'm so glad to have you all here with me today. As the thumbnail show, we're going to be working with the Dollar Tree chopping mats. So let's go ahead and jump into our first project. So the chopping mats from Dollar Tree, they do come two in a pack. Now I've had these for quite some while. For quite a while, so I don't know if the price has gone up on them. I think it may have gone up to $1.50, but we're also going to be using one of the Dollar Tree cutting boards for this first project. I'm so excited about this one. It came out so beautiful. It surpassed what I had envisioned, and I love this. Okay, and I hope you guys love it too. So what you see I'm doing right here is I am just tracing out that cutting board. I'm going to take one of my markers, and I'm just going to outline it. And so once we do that, I am going to attempt to cut it down. But as you guys know, if you've been here with me anytime, y'all know how the story goes. The cutting did not go so well. So what I decided to do, it was larger than what I wanted, first of all. So I just decided to go ahead and just square out those edges and just line it up a bit better than what I did by hand, using my Cricut cutter here. I don't know what these things are called, but I'm just going to cut it down to the size I want. Like I said, I just wanted more square edges to this, and so because that way it'll make the cutting board rounded edges stand out a bit more, at least in my opinion. Okay, so so then once I get that cut down, I am going to go ahead and size it just to make sure just a little bit of the board is showing on the outer parts of it. Then with my Cricut Joy, I cut out this beautiful saying that says, "Dragonflies are kisses from heaven." And I love dragonflies just about as much as I love butterflies. I love butterflies a little bit more, but dragonflies are a close second, okay? And so we're going to just put this on to the cutting mat, and I'm not centering it. I kind of wanted it to go a little to the left a little bit, and you'll see why. But once I get it on there, it adheres to that cutting mat like so easy. I wish it was always this easy to apply vinyl. So the A did not want to stick, and that's just because when I was weeding it out, it had came off. I touched it, so the adhesive was not as sticky. But I just laid it back down and rubbed my nail across it, and it applied to the surface perfectly fine. So then next, I have these vinyl flowers that I don't know, I've had them for a long time, and I think I got some from Daiso, from Amazon, from Temu. Like, I have a whole little container of them, so it's a mix of them. So what I decided to do right here was to remove the vinyl dragonfly, because I wanted just a pop of color here, and so I made the decision to remove that, and I'm going to replace it with one of these dragonfly embellishment pieces that I had in my stash. I do believe those I got that from Michael's, I think, or either Hobby Lobby, I'm not sure, but I like the color of it, and it's going to go, in the end, everything just ties together so beautifully. So what I decided to do is I was trying to give the tail a little bit of a curl to it. I was going to say curve, a curl. I guess it could be a curve. Either way. And I did end up placing it a little bit too low, but you guys will see that I'm going to fix that as we go further on into the video. So then I'm going to take another one of the vinyl flowers and just lay those down there, or lay it down there and smooth it out. And then I had these little doodads. I don't know where it came from, but it was in my stash. And they look kind of like little nail head, not nail head, but push pin heads, I guess, or buttons. I don't know. But I had them, and I was like, oh, I think this would really make this sign pop. And it did, guys. I cannot wait for you guys to see this. So I'm taking my little baby crocodile right there, and I was going to freehand the holes, and then I was like, yeah, May, let's just do this the right way. So I'm going to mark some, put some little markings there where I want the holes to be. I didn't measure this, but I knew my chances of getting this right or close to right would be better if I put the little dots there first before I just went freehand puncturing it. So that's why we did that. So then next I'm just going to puncture the hole here, and I'll go all the way around with that. And this makes it so much easier. I always, like, I have this little thing in my stash for a couple of years and I always forget about it, but it's just a little handy dandy little tool. So then I'm going to go ahead and feed those little doodads. Again, I don't know what they are. I don't even know where I was supposed to put them, and I didn't put them because this was some leftover stuff. You know, when you start assembling stuff and you have the leftover parts, that's me. And so I don't even know what this was for. But anyway, I add a little hot glue to that. I put it through the hole, and then I'm going to add, once I get them all in there, and I don't know, I hope I didn't show you guys all of this, but if I did, it's okay. Can't you guys see, like, it's already just changing it. It's already just it's taking it to another level. Not a high level, but I just think it just elevated the piece. I think it's really cute. Okay. So like I said, I guess I did decide to show you guys all of this. I'm so special, y'all. So special. Once I get them all in there, then I'm just going to take the hot glue and I'm going to cover, like put globs, like probably about, I don't know, little dabs, but enough to make it raise up off of the cutting board. Okay. And I know you can't really see it, but use your imagination. It's there. It's risen. It's lifted a little bit. All right. So then I'm going to go in with this beautiful chiffon ribbon I had in my stash, and I am going to take it and tie a sweet little bow with it. Very simple little bow, but again, it just ties in beautifully with that dragonfly, and then just the florals on here and that thing. It's just the sweetest, darling piece. I love this. I absolutely love this. So once I get that in place of how I want it, and again, it was super simple bow, I'm going to just tack it down right underneath the little saying, and then I'm going to tack down the bow I'm just pressing down the bottom part of the bow, not the top part, because I didn't want that glue to, that hot glue to show through, because it's such a thin ribbon. So right here is where I was like, yeah, that's too low. It covers the heart on there. And so I just pulled it up. It did leave a little bit of it behind, but that's okay. We're just going to reapply that hot glue and position that right over that piece. And you can't even tell that it broke apart. So that is it, guys. That's not it, but that's pretty much it. So then I'm taking one of these jumbo clothespins from Dollar Tree, and I'm just finagling it until I can get it apart. Now those things were like, I just was like, please don't snap my finger and pop off and hit me in the eye or something. So anyway, I got it apart. And so what I'm going to do, and if you guys have been with me for any amount of time, for at least 2 or 3 years, you've seen me do this with smaller clothespins, is where I will use that as the backing or the stand for a piece that I create. And so all I did was just sand it down to make it a little bit more flush with the surface, or the back part of that cutting board. And I'm just going in with some hot glue as well as a little bit of wood glue, and that's just going to help to keep it in place until that wood glue can set up. But what I wanted to also do here, just as a little added security, I guess, I decided to take a smaller tower tumbling block, and I'm just going to place that right underneath there just for a little added support. Okay, I don't know that it really supported it, but in my mind it did, so I roll with it. And there you have it. So I'm just going to adjust the tails to this bow a little bit, because they were hanging a tad bit longer than the sign, and I didn't want them to be resting on the table. And guys, like I said, I absolutely love this piece. So now we're going to go into project number 2. Okay, so we cut down this a piece of that chopping board. I believe I cut it down to about 5 inches. I think 5¼ inches, I think is how what I cut it down to. So I'm taking some more of those vinyl. Um, well, these are like leaves and plants, but the florals that I had, and I'm just applying them to that chopping mat, and I'm just rubbing them in. Now you can totally, if you have something similar to this, you can totally use Mod Podge to seal it in, but I didn't want that shiny look. I wanted the chopping mat to keep its matte look. And then I'm taking some more of that chiffon ribbon and just going around one of these Dollar Tree crates. And once I get that tied down, I'm just going to even it out as much as I possibly can. And I'm going to wrap it around a couple of times. And we're just going to tie it off. And yeah, we're just going to tie it off right here. And once we do that, and I'm not applying any glue at this point to it because, and I'm keeping it in its natural state because I think the colors flow together better with the natural color of that tray. But, and then I really like the green. Like, I don't know. I think it just all looks pretty. But I didn't want to glue it down at this point because in the event that I want to disassemble it and then, repurpose it. And so then I'm going in with one of these pug lights. And at the end of the video, guys, I am going to show you where I used the pug light and I did some fairy lights. So the pug light is super bright and it was kind of hurting my eyes a little bit, but it was beautiful. I love this piece. But the little fairy lights gave that more warm look. So you guys can let me know at the end of the video which one you prefer. And it's almost giving me like little western buggy kind of vibes. I don't know. The what's that, the wagon? The little thing on the back of the wagons back in the whole western days. Anyway, that's where it was taking me. So once I do that, I am going to go ahead and just pull the tails around to the side and glue those down a little bit. And then I had this little embellishment in my stash, and I think this color just made everything else pop a little bit. I don't know if that's true, but I really enjoyed this one. Very simple way to make a little lighting piece for your desk or something like that, or even your nightstand. So then next, all right, we're going to jump into project number 3, where we have cut down some strips. Now, I initially cut these down to about 2 inches, give or take, okay? And then I realized that they were a little bit too wide for what I'm wanting to do. And so I'm sure you guys have seen this before. If you've watched any chopping mat videos or TikTok or Pinterest or wherever, I'm sure you've seen this where you're going to take the cutting mat, and what I decided to do is cut it down to about 1 inch, okay? And we're going to just make some napkin rings, okay? And I really like the way these came out. As simple as they were, I just love the versatility of them. So right here, I'm taking some hot glue and I'm just going to put it on where I begin and where I end. I did not want any glue in the middle of this while I was wrapping the jute twine around because I didn't want those clumps of glue coming through. So this, for all 4, and I only did 2, but it took me about 15 minutes to do the 2. So I estimated it would take about 30 minutes to do all 4. And I mean, it went fairly quickly considering. So yeah, so I'm just wrapping it around, staying as close as I possibly can to each piece. And then right here is where I realized, I'm like, you did not measure where to stop. So that's what you see I'm doing there. And what I do is, and I'm sorry I'm out of frame, is I'm going to take it and basically fold it in half, because this came in and measured at right, like a notch over 11 inches. So it's roughly about, each ring is going to be about 5.5 inches long. Okay. So I just continue on wrapping, like I said, until I get to the end. And then that's where I go in and I add in some more glue. Okay. Again, on the front and the back. And you'll see why as well. Like I said, I didn't want all those clumps of glue in there, but yeah, that's what I did. So once I get that wrapped around, I just go ahead and cut off that excess because like I said, we're going to do a total of 4, but we only did 2 for the video, okay? So right here, I'm taking that hot glue and I'm going to connect the 2 together. Now, you can add a little bit of hot glue on the inside of this if you wanted to. It was actually still pretty nicely, so I wasn't overly concerned about it. But, you know, you can definitely reinforce it if you choose to recreate these. So then next, what I'm going to do, because we're going to make these interchangeable napkin rings, okay? So I'm taking these little wood embellishments I have, a pumpkin and a bow, since we have fall and Christmas coming up. Now, if pumpkins are not your jam, you can do maple leaves, you can do actual florals on them, or you can leave them plain if you really wanted to. But this is what I had, and so this is what I'm going to use for video purposes. All right, so once I get that painted down, I'm just going to go in and add just a little touch of, a little markings, I guess, I don't know, to, to, um, to bring it to life a little bit more. Now you can leave them plain if you want to, but I just wanted to add a little bit of, I can't think of the word I'm trying to think of, not to mention, but I don't know. I just wanted to add a little something to it, okay? I can't think of the word. It'll come to me. All right. Now, I'm no artist. I'm just freehanding this. And you know, if you can freehand it, do it. If you want to add some stickers to it, do it. If you want to leave them plain, like I said, you can do that too. But I was trying to make the bow kind of give like a peppermint vibe almost. Did I capture that? I don't know if I did, but it still looks Christmassy to me. All right. So once I do that, what am I doing now? Oh, okay. This is what's going to help to make them interchangeable. So I'm taking these Velcro adhesive dots I had. They're very, very sticky. Now, if you have some of these, you can just stick them on, or you can add hot glue to them if you want to make sure they're secured in place. But these things are pretty sticky, so I wasn't overly concerned about that part. And as you can see, I just wiggle it off. And then what I do, oh, okay, so I'm going to do the second one now so you guys can see. I mean, you guys pretty much know. Y'all pretty much know what's going to happen. But I think these came out so adorable and so easy. And you can even, like, you know, if you are selling any crafts right now or anything like this, this will be a great item to sell. I think it's super cute. If you add in the little, you know, interchangeable parts to it, I think it would be such a hit. All right. And here's where I was showing you, you could add florals to it if you wanted to. But we're going to leave them as is with our wooden embellishment. And then we're going to take this adhesive sheet from Dollar Tree. Now, I've had this, guys, since I want to say when I started my channel. Shortly after. I'm not even kidding. And I know it's old because, well, just in general, I don't really care to work with these sheets, which is why I had it so long, is because the adhesive on it never sticks to the actual embellishment part. It always comes apart, and it did it on here, and it was very gummy and but that's because it was so old. But anyway, I'm just going to wrap it around the napkin ring where the embellishment part meets, and then I'm going to just add a little bit of hot glue just to hold it in place. And once I do that, I'm just going to clip down the excess part of it. And the rest of it, it doesn't have to be perfect at this point because the actual embellishment is going to cover where it ends. But you do want to make sure you put that hot glue in there so that it doesn't come apart on you. Okay? So, next, what do I do? Oh, there you go. So then here is the bow. And look cute that is, guys. How simple and easy is that? Like, you could sell a pack of 4 of those. I think they would be a really hit um, for you. So next, we're going to move into our final project. And of course, I had to do a bookmark, guys. You cannot do a chopping mat video without doing a bookmark. You just can't. It's like a hidden rule or something. So I had this washi tape in my stash, and I have absolutely no idea, none, zero, zilch, of where it came from. I don't know. I don't know. But it's one of the places. I don't know where it came from, but I love it. So I had it sit there. I was like, you know what? This would really work, especially going into fall. It's not a fall um, project per se, but it's still, I don't know. The colors work for fall. Anyway, so I'm just trimming down that excess paper because y'all know I did not cut my strips out right, but that's okay. So once I get this all cut down to size, I don't know what I do next. What I do next? Oh, I clear the way. Oh, okay, here we go. So once I get that cut down, what am I doing? Oh, I'm going to cut it some more. There you go. Oh my goodness. One of these days, you're going to get it right, girl. You're going to get it all right. You're going to get this editing together. All right. So then I'm going to take, and again, I don't know if these are called eyelets or not, but they're the things that keep your holes from like ripping when you puncture holes. I don't know what they're called. And I haven't decided to look it up. I think they're called eyelets. But anyway, I am going to puncture another hole into this piece of vinyl. And it was a little off center, but so am I, as I often say. And it's okay. It's okay to be a little off center sometimes. So what I think happened is I think it slipped and moved because that kept happening when I was trying to cut it down with the little cutting board too. It kept slipping and moving around on me. But anyway, it was a little off. So then I'm going to take some more of this Chanel ribbon, and we're going to go with that. I think it's the Dusty Rose or something like that. And we're going to go ahead and cut that down. And we're just going to take this little miniature, oh my goodness, y'all. I'm losing all my words today. Skewer stick. Oh my goodness. Okay, and we're going to just push that through, and then we're going to tie this off. So simple, guys. These is like the most simple projects, but I think they all came out totally cute. I don't know if you guys would agree with me, but, I like them. And so we're going to cut that down once we tie it off. And then there it is. And I think I'm going to show you guys with a piece of, something behind it so you can really see how it pops. It is so pretty. I love the colors in this. And so then I had this little floral embellishment. It was like a little acrylic piece, and it matched the cutout of those flowers nicely. And I just added that to it. And here we are in the final reveal, lovies. And if you are still here writing with me, I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate each and every one of you for coming back each week to hang out with your girl, for liking the videos and hyping the videos. I appreciate it so much. Words are never enough, but I want you guys to know that I see you and I appreciate each and every one of you. So if you haven't done so, please consider subscribing, liking, sharing, and commenting, because you guys know how much I love to chat with you guys after each and every video. And also, lovies, y'all know the drill. If you have a favorite of the day, let me know about that. If I had to choose, it would be project number 1 with the Dragonfly. Kisses are from heaven. I absolutely love that one. But I gotta say, I like them all. I really do. I like our little napkin rings. I like our little, I don't know what this is called. But it's so cute, and I love that it lights up. I like anything that lights up. But here it is with the bright light, lovies, and then I'm going to show you it with the warm light. So let me know, which one do you prefer? I think it really just depends on where you put it, right? Like, if it was outdoors, I could see the brighter light working, but indoors, just off in a corner, I could see the warm lighting totally working here. So I don't know. I'm on the fence with this one, lovey. So let me know which one you like, which lighting you prefer. And here is our very simple, but I think absolutely pretty bookmark. So if you guys enjoyed it, let me know. If you didn't enjoy it, let me know. I don't, take all that to heart. I do take it to heart, but it doesn't hurt my feelings when you guys give me feedback. All right. And once you like the video, lovies, don't forget to hype the video. It helps your girl out tremendously. And if you want to support my channel in other ways with like crafts and whatnot, you can do so at buymeacoffee.com/craftaway with May. If you can't do it, don't worry about it. I am just grateful to have you guys here hanging out with me. And until the next video, lovies, be safe, be kind, hugs and kisses. XOXO. Bye.